Back at it again. This is part 2, LeBron James legacy. Name pending on the title of this video, so we will get at that later. But yo, welcome back, everybody. Another video, another day, another episode. Listen, man, LeBron James, this guy, one of the greatest basketball players to ever live. To a lot of people, he's their GOAT. And to a lot of other people, he's a very amazing basketball player. A good portion of people think he's not better than Kobe. And a lot of people think he's not better than Michael Jordan. And I am in that camp where I believe that Kobe Bryant is better than LeBron James. Just because, like I said before in the part 1, Kobe Bryant puts fear into your soul. LeBron, he's more of a... He later on experiences that type of thing when the LeBron Raptors becomes a thing. You know, they call us the LeBron Raptors. If you want something amazing to happen, it's got to happen in Toronto, and at the expense of the Toronto Raptors. Kobe gets 81 points against us, and I think we had TJ Ford as our point guard along with Jose Calderon, or we get Calderon afterwards. I don't know. That happens. And Phil Jackson should have kept that man in so he could get 100 points. And I think Phil's like, some records don't need to be broken. I'm like, are you kidding me? Wilt Chamberlain, one of the greatest to play the game. I'm gonna be real with you. We ain't see we're not gonna see that 100-point game. You know what I mean? If we seen it in high definition, I think it was 480p at the time, or 1080p at the time, or PI or I or whatever. I don't care. There was no 4K back then, I don't believe. Who cares? 4K sucks. That would have been amazing. That would have been another notch to Kobe. Yo, the man got 100 points. That's insane. Now look what happens. In the modern day NBA, everyone gets a 71-point game at one point in time. Klay Thompson gets one, I think. One of the Celtics guys gets one. Bradley, the guy from, oh my God, the light-skinned dude from the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker, I believe, has one or two of them. So it's, obviously that's 10 points off of the 81 points that Kobe got. But yo, if you let the man score 100, I ain't even mad at that. Kobe Bryant is the reason why we have the Heatles. One of the reasons why we have the Heatles. Because none of them dudes couldn't cut it on their own. And they needed a crutch. They needed something in order for them to win. You understand what I'm saying? And they formed Voltron. They came together and formed Voltron. I think they had one of the best, longest streaks of winning for that series when they first became the Miami Heat. And I believe this was during... Did they win the championship during the lockout season, or they lost during the lockout season? I don't know. I do not know. I think that might have been the second time they won. I don't know. One of the times they either won or lost, it was a lockout season. But listen, these guys lose. Right, Dallas Mavericks. I have to say, I got to be honest with you guys. You have to be objective. And I told you this is one of the reasons why I said this man can't be my GOAT if you lose in that fashion. You are the man. The moment you arrive on that team, you are the man. I literally had a conversation with a dude where he's like, he's not the man. It's Dwayne Wade's team. And, he don't want to step on his toes. I'm like, you guys are so brainwashed for this nigga. What the fuck are you talking about? You there to win. Don't step on another man's toes. Bro, the ego leaves the room when you're trying to win, bro. Like, come on. Is that what you're thinking? That's the argument that man had for me. And I'm like, nah, bro, that's the silliest argument. You really fending your boyfriend right now. It's so insane. It's so insane, man. So, yo, listen. The man doesn't score the points he needs to score. He defers to everyone else. He's passing the ball. He's passive. And I'm like, wow. This man was considered to be one of the greats to being a damn role player on a team where he is the guy. Yes, Dwayne Wade won it already. Chris Bosh has been dying to get one already. And you are the NBA Messiah. You are the chosen one. You have that tattooed on your back, and you got a 38-year-old, 40-year-old Jason Kidd clamping you down. You got Jason Terry and the other dude, or was it Brea or whatever his name? Both of them dudes have the same birthday for the record. It's either those two or another set of two. Them two have the same birthday, and they're like 6'3", bro. Right? One's a little stocky, the other one's a little skinny. Both can shoot the three. That's besides the point. Them three people is locking down prime LeBron James with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh on his team. Mind you, Ilgauskas is an all-star. And he playing the team too, has him on that team too. These guys aren't bums. You know what I'm saying? What are you telling me right now? Them dudes ain't bums. I think Ilgauskas is on the team the second year. I don't know. I don't know. Double check for me, guys. But what are you telling me right now? Yeah, that's right. I think they didn't have a center the first year. Then Birdman, he was on there. Birdman was on that team. They had pieces. You can't tell me. So the thing that pisses me off is because it throws me off who the roster was, because I hear this interview that LeBron James has, and he tries to rewrite history. And he's like, yo, the team wasn't made to win or wasn't designed to win. Everyone on that team did their job but you, bro. The man tries to shift accountability to other people. And yo, listen, this is another thing that I don't like LeBron for. Any other person, I'm not saying they don't get their coach fired, but when LeBron James loses, the whole team gets fired. It is so rare to see something like this, ever. Like, this man lost in the finals and try to blame Eric Spoelstra for this. This man's like, yo, Pat Riley, you need to come and coach. Eric Spoelstra can't do it. And I'm like, this guy's a punk ass bitch for doing that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, yo, this is what allegedly what was going on. And you know what happened? Organizations need to stand up to the superstars, because the organization said, no, we're not going to fire Eric Spoelstra because you want him gone. You're going to have to work with Eric Spoelstra, and you're going to have to work in a system that helps players utilize their abilities and win. Now, unfortunately, someone's going to have to take a back seat. Chris Bosh is going to have to take a back seat. Dwayne Wade going to have to take a back seat. And we're going to let you do the thing, because you say you're the man, you're going to be the man. Chris Bosh develops a three. Dwayne Wade does his thing. LeBron James is an animal. You know what I'm saying? They do their thing. And then they get like Ray Allen eventually when they fight the Spurs and whatnot. But yo, it's a beautiful thing, man. You know, you can't get mad at some of the stuff that these guys did. But listen. Oh my gosh. The reason, so they say no to LeBron, and guess what? You can't say, okay, let me start over again. The organization says no to LeBron. We're keeping Eric Spoelstra. Prime LeBron. It doesn't matter. You gotta admit, and I might be wrong in a lot of people's eyes. LeBron James on the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Miami Heat. And what I mean by the Cleveland Cavaliers, I mean him with Kyle oh man, I can't even speak. Kyrie Irving and and Kevin Love down 3-1, come back and win LeBron versus the Miami Heat LeBron. Miami Heat LeBron, in my opinion, is better. That sounds crazy to say, but he's better. And the reason why is because there's structure there. It's not just him. It's team. Team, and then LeBron do your thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, you under a system now. You work together. You cohesive unit. You said you wanted 8 championships? Okay, we're going to make that happen for you. You came here for a reason. Not this ring culture is toxic nonsense. You came here to win a ring, bro, because you couldn't do it by yourself in Cleveland. And notice, we fought Kobe Bryant for playing with Shaq and said, that don't count. But every championship this man wins, he had to be a part of a super team. Minus the Anthony Davis bubble Mickey Mouse one. But every other one, the man had to have. This man had to be on a super team. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. And people don't even realize Kevin Love was the guy in Minnesota. Ricky Rubio wasn't even like healthy, bro. Remember that guy, Ricky Rubio? They wanted that man to pop off. He just couldn't do it for some reason. Just injuries and stuff. Kevin Love was the guy. You know what I'm saying? And he did his thing. Kyrie Irving was Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? These guys held their own teams. Did they thing. And LeBron's like, yo, I'm pulling up. I want to be over there. And made some lame excuse about cookies. He already clocked out. Like, the way he told the story. Soon you took that man's cookies. I already knew he was not. Bro, it's deeper than that. The man didn't want to be there. He saw a declining team and he said, no, the writing's on the wall. These guys are not going to listen to my demands. I figured out how to win. Thank you. Now I'm going to go somewhere else and do it my way. And he did it eventually and won. You know what I'm saying? And was it Pat Riley was like, he got a book and discusses all that stuff. And he left on bad terms, it seemed like. I thought he left on good terms, but he left. And they kissed that man's ass so much that they spit in the face of Dwayne Wade to get his contract extension. That man sacrificed so much for that team. He left, played for Chicago, then came back. And, it is what it is, right? This is so crazy. So, LeBron, we talk about Eric Spoelstra again. He wanted Eric Spoelstra run, and arguably Eric Spoelstra is the best coach that LeBron's ever played with because of the results. But if we ever listen to LeBron James and how to run your team and how to manage your team, guess what happens? You fire all the Eric Spoelstras. If you don't give people a chance to be a coach and you don't listen to the demands or what they need you to do, then yeah, of course you're going to want to get the whole team fired, bro. This is insane. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. Like, I've never seen something like this. This man's the GOAT, but every year when he loses, they say this man needs more help. What are you talking about? Bro, you played with damn near every superstar in your era. You know what I'm saying? You played with Dwight Howard. You played with Westbrook. For the record, Westbrook's my favorite player in the NBA because he don't cheat you. And I don't like what they're doing to Westbrook right now. This man is pretty much ass out and out the league. And I wanted this man to get a championship, bro. He left. He didn't re-sign with Denver. And I thought that was a mistake. And I think maybe it wasn't a mistake because of the back and forth, the ramblings about the coach liking Westbrook more than he liked all the other guys that were 10 toes down for the team. That's a rumor. And we're going to talk about the fact that LeBron James pretty much kind of sullied that man's name to the point where he's pretty much ass out the league and might have to go to China or Europe. And I am going to be heartbroken if that man does because, bro, I want to see that man at least play 2 more seasons. I am praying for it, man. Yes, he's a multimillionaire. I get it. But yo, that man don't cheat you on the floor like a lot of these other players. So Westbrook, I love you. If you hear this, I love you. You're not the smartest son of a B on the court, but yo, you got the biggest heart. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that matters because yo, when I see that, I'm like, yo, I don't like how he shot that 3, but guess what? That man's got heart. And he's gonna make it back. He gonna earn his way back into your heart again. You know, he never left. But we back to LeBron. Yo, man, LeBron, bro, like it's what I'm saying. You can't like listen to any superstar too much. Like you put the hands, and I think this is also to the commissioner. He's allowed this fuck shit going on for too long. Like you can't let the superstars or the athletes just run over everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not for the NBA owners having all the power. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. I'm just saying, if y'all signed a contract extension and then for some reason you knew you weren't going to win, but now you want to win once you halfway through that extension, you can't then bitch and complain about wanting to leave. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the weirdest thing ever. Like, bro, if you want your cake and eat it too. Like, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, what is that? If people do that, if they should be allowed to trade the player if they want to trade, but all that money offered gets cleaned. You're not getting paid until, you know, until whatever the hell. You want some, you know, I think they should do, if you want out of your contract and you like in your contract, like a James Harden or a Damian Lillard or something like that, then they should give this man the veteran minimum until his contract is up. I think that should be the penalty for that. Like, come on, you're a man of your word. You signed on the dotted line. Do that. And I think that shouldn't be the case if there's one more year left. Like, I mean, okay, trade the man, bro. Like, come on. Or you guys are both in agreement and you guys decide, okay, it's best that we go our ways. But if it's one of those things where it's like the guy's just trying to like get out of the contract that he signed and he's so happy he's signing it, and then now all of a sudden he sees his companions or his peers actually make strides to the destination that he's never seen before, then he's in his feelings, and then he wants to trade and he alienates the organization and so on and so. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's one of the most ridiculous things ever. You know what I'm saying? But I think Anthony Davis did that too. I'm not too sure. And Dwayne Clutch, because they now are on the Lakers. Him, LeBron are on the Lakers now, and it is what it is, man. I mean, shit. If you ask a Lakers fan how LeBron James is doing, there'd probably be 2 people that tell you, I love LeBron and he's doing amazing, and the old Lakers fans would be like, this guy is underperforming. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got 1 chip and we weren't there to even celebrate it. We need 2. We need 3. And that's the thing about the Lakers. The Lakers aren't, the Toronto Raptors. The Lakers aren't the Charlotte Hornets. The Lakers aren't, I don't know, the Brooklyn Nets. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers are like the Celtics. You have to win here or you're not a winner. And dude got 1. He's happy. Listen, he's lucky he got 1. Because that bubble, we gotta talk about the bubble real quick. That bubble made a lot of players look like Goku. It was insane. There was this one player that's like damn near 10-day contract, dude. He's selling the most jerseys and was going ham playing these guys. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy Butler, and no am I saying he's trash, but no the hell is this man carrying a team like that on a regular basis. This man had one hell of a run on that series. Jimmy Butler versus LeBron James and AD, bro. Yes, Jimmy Butler had a team, but like, bro, like he was doing things that I'm like, what? That's you, bro? You see this man exhausted, he's dying, but he's going in. You know, Ben Simmons was active and playing, he probably would have got some 3-pointers in. This man would have been the GOAT right there. You know what I'm saying? He would have been the LeBron James 2.0 that everyone wanted him to be. Y'all put too much pressure on that man. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. I still can't believe this guy's from Australia. I haven't heard this man speak. But yeah, that's besides the point, man. Man, like we gotta talk about the Olympics real quick. So, and now I'm not talking about the recent Olympics where, you know, all the other teams other than America stepped their game up and made it close for America to lose. I'm not talking about that. I actually don't care about that right now. I'm talking about the fact that these guys couldn't win. And then Kobe comes on the team and they win. The fact that Kobe comes on the team and he has his training regimen. Carmelo, look this up. Carmelo's like, yo, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I ain't doing all that. Respectfully, Carmelo Anthony not in the league. I mean, he was out the league before any of the other people that was still playing that game. You know, Kobe elevated a lot of people's games when he showed up at the Olympics. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? This has come from someone that doesn't even like Kobe. I don't like Kobe, but I respect Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that man had to cultivate who he was in order to be in the league. And even when he was in the league, the man still wasn't 100%. Like, yo, that's what I'm saying. This is like the hero's journey. This man developed. Like, he developed into this man. He had the potential and he was still doing his thing. But, like, you're not going to tell me this man didn't elevate his game every year he played. You know what I'm saying? He had an interview with Patrick Bet-David on the PBD podcast. And he's like, yo, if Shaq was just as serious as I was about training, we'd have like 10 rings. And I believe him. They would have been the greatest teams of all time. Without a shadow of doubt, the greatest duo of all time. But there's some dishonesty here. Kobe knew eventually he had to win this thing by himself or with his own team. Because whether you think it's Shaq and Kobe or Kobe and Shaq, someone's Batman and the other one is Robin. Or maybe they're both Batman or they're both Robin. Or one's Nightwing and the other one's Robin. Or one's Batman, the other one's Superman. Right? So he did what he did. You know, we're not gonna sit here and say dude wasn't being manipulative and we're gonna just blame Shaq for being a big dude and that eats pizzas all day and doesn't want to heal and train. You know, we gotta be real here. Like Kobe kind of pushed him out. And, you know, last night Kobe couldn't do it without me. I remember that stuff. Yo, that man got 5 championships, man. But yo, he elevated these guys in the Olympics. He elevated these guys to the point where like they was training on a next level and they won. They won in the Olympics. And then I think that year was the year of the puppets, the puppet ad campaign. And boy, Dwight Howard saved this man's legacy. I'm going to tell you that much right now, because if you went up in there in the finals and faced the Lakers, yo, everyone says, but yo, LeBron be beating them on a regular basis, though. Look how many times he winning, bro, against LeBron, against Kobe. I'm like, that don't mean dick, bro. You know the regular season different from the playoff season. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kobe gonna be guarding this dude. And you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna be the same thing that happened in the All-Star game. Team USA, Kobe on the West, LeBron on the East. And this dude was in his ass, paused. Like he was just chirping him, stealing the ball from him, Mans was playing real defense, blocked the ball, did all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? He shut him down. He's like, no, don't pass the ball. Get the ball back to this man. Yo, come get me. He wasn't up for that assignment. The man passed the ball. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And from then I knew Kobe's like, yo, this guy ain't serious. You look, go watch that All-Star game. From then on, Kobe knew this guy wasn't serious. He couldn't wait to see this man in the finals. And, you know, it was like, at the time he had 3 rings. And he's like, he had 3 cookies. I got these 3 delicious cookies. And you have none. I'm like, what is this? And I would have loved to see that happen, man. That would have been fireworks, man. Oh my God. That protected a lot of Kobe stands. I mean, a lot of LeBron stands, man. Who knows? Maybe LeBron would have won. That would have been crazy. Who knows? Maybe he don't leave Cleveland. Who knows? Whatever. But whatever happened, and he left. They formed that big 3, and they win 2 in Cleveland, 2 in Miami, wins 1 in Cleveland, and 1 as a Laker. And you know what? Listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. I just don't like this thing where, you know, they do this whole, come play with me, man. This is what we're going to do. And in return, they get Russell Westbrook on the team. And I don't think it was them speaking on this. I think it was a reporter speaking on this. Yeah, Westbrook can manage the team. Well, Anthony Davis and LeBron can take a back seat and chill and get taken care of and lick their wounds when they're injured. And when it's time for the playoffs, LeBron and AD will take over again. And you know, they said some stupid takes like that. I'm like, what? And I was like, Westbrook, please stay in Washington, man. Don't go there. Please don't go there. Please don't go there. Man goes there. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. This man was the guy in Washington and he's a bum in the Lakers. That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? And at the point where everyone's shitting on Westbrook. And I'm like, I hate this. This man's playing back home on the team he watched growing up. And the media's throwing this man under the bus. They're saying all types of crazy stuff. Like, listen, yes, Westbrook said yes to the agreement to come to the Lakers, but LeBron and AD threw a stone and then they're hiding their hands, letting this man get bullied and destroyed on national television and on local television. This is insane. This is insane. What are you telling me right now? This is nuts, man. I honestly don't know what to tell you guys. This is some nonsense, man. I don't wish this on my my worst enemy. This is some crazy stuff. Like, the man leaves, and they said that this man, Russell Westbrook, is a vampire. He's a locker room vampire. He's a vampire in the locker room. And I'm like, what? Who said this? You know what I mean? This is insane. Well, yo, I'm going to end it here. We're going to have a part 3 to this. Because quite frankly, you know, this is a hot topic. And we're going to talk about the media and the control of basketball with LeBron James, the alleged control of the media. I know, a black man running the media. Ooh, it's impossible. No, it's very much possible. But we're going to talk about that in the 3rd installment of this. Thank y'all. Be safe. Love y'all.